Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Kathryn Swales, a decent man. A decent man, Kathryn Swales.
My story is about the advent of time and about the genetic lottery that we all must face in our lives. I speak about the advent of time because I'm in a peculiar position at present, after many, many decades, of seeing how people's lives are working out. I, like you, were there when those early marriages took place, where young people found one another and committed in their lives. And, you know, one wondered at how that might work out. Isn't it wonderful? Celebration and so on. And now I am standing, watching those two young people having matured to a tribe, having produced children, reproduced children. I'm at the end of the story of that early intent. It is a very peculiar time for those of us with mature years, because we're seeing people's story work out. And so it is with a friend of mine. I'll call her Tony. And Tony and I met when we were first year teachers. And so we were both really fresh, really ambitious. We had a wealth of education to share with our children. And we were both committed, have been and always will be, to the state system of access and equitability for all people. And to make education meaningful, fun. So Tony and I shared a number of values, and another one was an open door policy of always having people round, of entertainment, of endless dinner parties over all those years. Tony, however, conquered that skill. I never had. I still am nervous about such occasions. But Tony, with her partner, a fine man who she met later on, a considerate, intelligent, good, supportive man, they have shared their home and their table easily, readily. They have made very, very good friendships with a multitude of people and with me. I'm very honoured and privileged to be part of their friendship in 35 years. However, in recent times I noticed a change in Tony. And whereas she had previously been almost irritating in her argumentative nature, always taking a discussion right to the point, you know, I was ready to leave the dinner table, she wasn't, she was still going. And I noticed she became more down. You know, she reminded me of the ladies, relatives who used to visit us in the 50s, who arrived, put their feet under the table, contributed very little enlightened conversation. They were just down, boring. And Tony has never been boring in her life. And I asked a friend, have you noticed any difference in Tony? And he said, yeah. And then that difference was really affirmed when we used to go out to dinner. And she always enjoyed a drink, always enjoyed food, except her hand was immediately up for the wine. And she would drink that within 3 minutes. And she would order another one and another one. And it became very apparent that she was enjoying the wine too much. And I learned later from her partner that she had become an alcoholic. She was drinking at afternoon and was comatose by the evening. Her partner kept us all very quiet for a long time because he and Tony were dealing with the awful unexpectedness of this change of Tony. And he went through many consultations, specialists. They were seeking why this was happening, and no one was coming up with the answers. The answer dawned on me one afternoon when we went to Elizabeth Murdoch's open garden, and we had a lovely afternoon. We'd taken the picnic seats, beautiful, warm afternoon, conversation, nothing riveting, just good old friends, except Tony wasn't so much engaged. She was staring more off into the distance. She entered the conversation when another question was addressed to her. She looked into the distance for too long a time. It was for a protracted period of time. And I knew then, instinctively, that she had dementia. And so her partner and Tony have sought the answer to younger onset dementia, which gets you in your 50s by 60, and the worst part of this dementia is it has a serious, rapid deterioration. So when you meet Tony today, you would know within a minute that she has dementia. Her partner entered a whole new world of healthcare. The language of crisis intervention is a whole new language to learn, and you're always on the back pedal because you're still looking after your partner. They have been through the mill in seeking to understand this, and more importantly, her partner has been seeking to ensure her dignity through all this. He has sought to maintain her right to privacy, her right to integrity as she changes in her capabilities. He has done this in a very purposeful way of trying to keep the conversations informed but confined, that Tony does not become a dinner party conversation for other people. So, this is a story really about the chance element of genes. It's a story about a common good man displaying uncommon decency in his relationship with his partner. He is not a husband. No marriage certificate binds this couple. He is not a father. He is not a rich man. He is not a poor man. He is a carer, a very decent man. Mr. Tesla.